Man, we can get into the Lil Yachty.
All right, let's talk about Lil Yachty and James Blake. Bad Cameo.
Because this is going to be a short one. It's not a fast one. What you think about the album?
I wish this album was a fast one. This album just sounds like a bunch of interludes put together. It felt very pretentious at times. Like, I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, the mesh to me just doesn't go well. And I get it, Yachty is trying to experiment, trying to do something new. I kind of applaud him for that, even though I really don't, because he is pretentious in himself. I'm not really used to listening to James Blake like as much as this, because James Blake to me is like, he's great for interludes. He's great in like sections and pieces. But a lot of production on here, I get what they was going for the psychedelic, like, kind of like, I don't know what to call it, but like kind of like psychedelics type thing. A lot of people say this was album of the year, and I'm just like,
B, stop listening to these people, bro.
hey, I'm not saying that. I think that.
You know how many times Lupe got album of the year.
Yeah, I seen that too.
It's a good album. Relax.
Oh, we gonna talk about that.
God.
But yeah, this Bad Cameo, y'all could have kept this. I didn't need this, or you could have just made it an EP. It didn't need to be an album. 40 minutes, 10 tracks. Some of these songs went on way too long. I see
like
they
a
try
chore.
to do yes, and I guess what? I'm like, I listened to it like once. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this again. Yeah. But I'm like, for the pod. I listened to it for a second time. I started liking less tracks. I'm like, huh. And I only liked 3 tracks the first go around. I'm like, I like less now?
Yeah.
I went to it for a third time today. I only like one song. I'm giving these songs on this album pity likes. And yeah, you can say, oh, you don't listen to hip hop, you don't listen to R&B, you don't know what other music is. Yeah, but it don't make me groove, it don't make me move. It doesn't do anything for me. This music does nothing for me. James Blake, I feel like this would have been more of his bag. This feels like he's more comfortable on this stuff than Yachty is. Because Yachty, whenever he was on here, he felt forced. The lyrics already wasn't there like that, and I don't think
I don't even gotta say nothing. You're saying everything I feel. I don't have to say anything.
The lyrics just wasn't there for me. It felt very lazy. It felt like a lazy rushed attempt at something just because, you know, James Blake is in the space, but Yachty isn't. Yachty wants to venture into the space, especially since he made this rock album.
We hate them. I love, like, bro, stop.
When he was on that interview,
he was trying to talk. Yeah,
like, you don't even sound cool.
Ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm like, bro, stop it. You're not this. You're not him like that, bro. You can't do that.
There's a reason why James Blake don't talk like that. Yeah, like, I've never heard
James Blake. This is his bag. His sound. He still sounded real good to me. But Yachty he started off rapping on the first track, trying to do all his stuff. It's all sounded the same.
And the worst part is he sounds way more. Is it distorted? Where it's like you could you could barely hear him audibly. Yeah. Like, it's to where it's like, it's not even mumble no more. It's like you just saying jargon.
I thought,
gibberish.
My first time hearing it, I was like, yo, this is the worst thing I ever heard in my freaking life, bro. And I was talking with my chorus, like, yo, bro, I said, bro, maybe I need another listen, bro. Because I'm like, yo, this is horrible. I'm like crashed. Like, I listened to it again, I'm like, okay, I think I'm understanding. Third time, I'm like, all right. Fourth time, I'm like, I still don't like this. It's like I started to like get the vibe, some of the lyrics they were saying, like mostly with Yachty, James Blake just doing his thing.
He does the thing with the vocals.
Yeah, and so I'm like, this not for me. Like I went on Reddit trying to see what people was feeling, and they were just like, yo, it's the vibe, this is dope. I'm like, how?
People said that on Twitter too, and I'm just like,
what vibe did this put you in?
That's why I put on Twitter earlier on our BBC Twitter. I said, y'all really calling mid albums album of the year?
Yes, bro. I'm like, bro, I like James Blake music. Like, I listen to Overgrown all the time when back in that time, you know. But like, this is just Yachty, bro. Like, I like Yachty. Don't get me wrong. Not much as an artist.
I like him cool as a content creator.
I don't like him much as an artist, but I liked his last project. It wasn't bad.
Sad to say, it might have been his best.
Yeah, but
it's not saying much.
But this right here, Yachty, bro.
This feels forced. This feels rushed. This feels lazy. Whatever zone you were trying to put me in, Yachty, you were not doing it. You were just. This was. I tried to give this another chance, B. I'm like, well, if B comes in here, he's going to have all this praise, maybe. I'm like, what if I'm just the one that's just dogging?
You echoed everything I felt. I'm like, lyrics from Yachty, how the sound.
Because to me, James Blake, he played his part well.
It was James Blake.
Like, I'm like, this wasn't bad for, like, I could see that this is his bag.
I wonder why he didn't bring James Blake into his world.
I think because Yachty wants to experiment more into different things. Remember, Yachty already says that. He was like, yo, you got to try different things. You know, you can't stay stuck on one thing.
Yeah, it's true. He's getting older, and he's trying to, expand his palette.
That's the only thing I could compliment him on this album. Yeah, you try something new. Don't mean it's good, but but can I even say he tried? This felt lazy. It didn't even feel like you tried. I mean, because you barely already had lyrics on here as is, and the lyrics that you did have were just god awful. Like, I'm just like, Yachty, everything you're saying, every time you start speaking, I want you to rush off. Yeah. I want the song to end. And the worst part is these songs are long.
Yeah.
10 tracks, 40 minutes.
It didn't have to be this long, bro.
It didn't. This album dragged out a lot of parts. I'm just like, this didn't need to. This, whatever this is, don't do that again. Yeah. Please don't do that again. And I seen people hyping it up. Oh yeah, this set the mood real well. Album of the year. I'm like, maybe I'm just bugging. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I need to expand my palette a bit more. Hey, I do, but
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You remember that little homie you had, and I was like, yo, just because you know,
because he said Yeezus was good because it was different.
No, not Yeezus. I like Yeezus. He said the freaking that Bush album, Snoop Dogg and all of them was good because it was different. I just feel like a lot of these people force, bro. They actually like, yo, this sounds different, so let me like it. Nobody, you know, nobody really understands. It's like, I'm gonna be this guy that likes this. Be this
because it's different.
Yeah,
it's so pretentious, elitist.
Yeah,
that's what hip hop fans are.
Yeah, bro, it's not good, and I'm sorry. And this is something I would want to like. Well, one thing about me, I have to be honest, and I just don't like it, and I just have to say it. I thought I was gonna like this, and I don't.
I did too. I mean, the production brought the vibes. James Blake brought the vibes. James Blake, obviously, you know, I'm more familiar with him on Travis Scott interludes and projects and stuff like that, kind of being like an instrument that Travis uses. And he's really good.
He's a producer as well.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. And I was like, all right. Like, he sounds comfortable on this because I've heard this sound before from Travis Scott albums. Yachty does not. I'm like, Yachty, please don't touch James Blake again. I know they real cool and all that. Don't get near him. That album cover's horrible. This music, your lyrics was horrible. Your performance was horrible. Yachty, I'm blaming this all on you.
I pulled up him in this joint, and I was like,
I was trying to get tow your car.
I was trying to
get that should have been the start.
I was trying to get my fourth listen in, man, and bro, it was whack.
Yeah, I don't have nothing else to say. If I had to give something positive about it, that shit was cool. James Blake sounded comfortable on this.
Yeah, he sounded good, man.
Yeah, but
I have something positive to say that I don't have to listen to this again.
That's fast. Anything positive I say is that it did end.
So.